Well, hello all you beautiful people out there in the interwebs. This is Tashlan and Charlie the dog and Puddon Anpye the pussycats, and we are welcoming you to Creativerse. And I seem to have a whole parade of blizzard chizards kind of making their way through here. Now, what I have done is I've just made a hole here because it's going to be easier for me to get to these teleporters. What I'm also going to say is that I'm not recording on my usual day, and also I normally have my phone on silent, but I can't do that at the moment. And the reason is that a couple of days ago my mum was rushed into hospital, and they've released her. She's back home and she is recovering, but she still isn't 100%. So I need very much to be, for her to be able to ring me at any time and not to cut her off. So if the phone bleeps and bloops, I apologize in advance, but I have very good reasons behind it. And another thing is something that I've learned since filming the last one, and a lot of people have also told it to me after I've learned it, if that sort of makes sense. But I appreciate the advice no matter where it's come from, and it's to do with how I've done this message. I mean, I've done it, I've put spaces, and the reason that I've put spaces is I was aware that there is a command called the offset, but when I tried it, it didn't work. But what I think it was, judging now that I've got it like a size 2, and that's quite large, I think I was probably thinking, oh, I need an offset of maybe 20, so I've made it a big number, and of course that will have just shot it out of sight somewhere. So I'd have thought, oh, well, that doesn't work. But meanwhile, it's like, no, make the number smaller, numpty. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete all of those spaces, and we're going to mess around with the offset, and that will make it easier because we can just sort of copy and paste this sort of format over, so that you'll just put offset, and we'll do equals, and I'm going to start off with 2 and see where that puts us. So we'll close that off and we'll save, and there we go. Not too bad. It's a little bit too low, but we're in the ballpark. Nice, it works. Thanks, Avila. Okay, so let's try. I'm thinking offset of 3 might be too much, but we could probably do a 2.5. But let's start with 3 and let's save that. You see, I was right. 3 is too much, so we'll have to go into fractions or decimals. So let's go with a nice 2.5 and see what that gets us. That gets us absolutely perfect. Ta-da! Right, now we want to put in arc signs. Let's get the right glove. Where did I put that? I forgot where I put that one. Let's put it. Okay, so I've put it under that concrete. I couldn't remember if I put it. Yeah. It's been a while, I've slept since the last time I've done this. So we'll go down there and down there, and we will put in an arc sign there. We don't have to program it or anything, so we'll throw that bit of dirt back in, and we'll throw that in. We're just going to go along as many of these teleporters as we can, put in the arc signs. Now we know that, we know everything works. So we are all cool with this. And and then dirt, and then concrete. Come on, there we go. And another arc sign. And more dirt. And concrete. Mark sign. Dirt. And concrete. Right, so we're prepped for all of those. I think what I want to do is I want to get the teleporters from first base here before we do those ones. So we will zoom off to first base. Because what I really want to do, I just want to see what the code is, because I'll be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea. It's been so long, I can't remember. Okay, so this is all nice and dandy, no problemo. But we do have something poof into existence. Oh, the little leafy. Hello, leafy. Oh, I'll grab these cactus flowers. If you heard that, that's one of the cats announcing their arrival. You know, like I didn't hear the cat flap go dunk at all. Okay, so this teleporter has, I'm going to write it down so if you'll hear me grabbing a pen. It's ruddy canyon stone and looks like canyon stone. Okay. And then this one is wildwood and wildwood leaf. Okay. Do I have any of that on me? No, but I've written it down so I can just take that out and up the teleporter, and this one I can take that out and up the teleporter. So now first base is just first base. Another cactus flower already. Ooh, nice. Sweet. Oh, there's two. Sweet. Okay, so we will teleport back to where we were. I thought it was Puddon. Come on, come up here. Hello. Come say hello to all the internet webs peeps. Yes. Oh, have you been out playing? It's nice and warm outside, isn't it? Yes. It's not often he comes and says hello to me. He usually goes and says hello to the dog. But I think he's off hooks with the dog because I gave the dog a bone stuffed with liver mush or whatever it is they put in there. And of course the cat's going, oh, that smells nice. I can has. And the dog goes, grr, no. So the cat's like, I can't has. So he's a bit miffed. Not that they don't get treats of their own, but you know what cats are like, and all animals really. So let's see, we're going to put in canyon stone and ruddy canyon stone and canyon stone. I did it right but said it wrong. Oops. Hey, stop digging your claws in me. What have I done? Don't dig me. He's literally not, not how cats sort of paddle. He's actually digging into me like he's trying to burrow under. It's like, what? Like, ow. Human under there. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm presuming that this is taking me to a canyon biome and the other one is taking me to a wildwood biome. It's a very bizarre feeling having a cat digging in your underarm. I don't know why you're doing that. Hey? Very strange behaviour. Well, let's go and check out. Let's see if this gets us where I think we're going. Hey? Oh, you're going to purr for the peeps, are you? Hey? Going to purr for the peeps, my little puddin'? Hey, there's a tongue twister for you. Purr for the peeps, my puddin'. say that 10 times fast before breakfast. Eh? Oh, lovely. Now I've got to try and play the game one-handed because the cat's perched himself on my chest. Hello, darling. Yes, mummy loves you. Okay, this is going to be interesting. How to play a game with one hand while recording. Oops. What did I press? Not what I meant to press, that's for sure. Yep, definitely canyon biome. So let's have a look on the map where we are. Oh, we're sort of on an edge, aren't we? Oh, and where is that if we embiggen it? Oh, there we are. Okay. That's alrighty. Okay, so let's portal ourselves back. Be easier one-handedly to go than it does to walk. Why am I so honoured? You're that cross with the dog, are you? He hasn't done much. He only grrred at you twice. Oh, didn't know? Yes, true. He did also rough. He went gruff. But you were after his bone. Yeah. I kind of don't blame him. If you'd have been after my bone, I'd have gruffed at you. Okay. He keeps putting his head against my lips so I can't. If you can't hear me, it's because I have this new muffle thing called a cat head. Everybody should have one. It's very disconcerting, Puddon, when you're trying to talk and somebody's head keeps going in your mouth. Yes. Right, so let's get our wiring tool. I think I can do that with one hand. Yes, here we go. Oh, little man. Right, so we know that we have to do an offset of 2.5. I'm sure other YouTubers don't have this problem, having to record a round cat body. Hey? Is it just a unique problem to me? Oh, there we go. Oh. I knew it wouldn't be long before we got tired of that and jumped off me. We also want to change the colour. Now this is going to the canyon. So canyon colours are very sort of autumnal, aren't they? So we're sort of looking at possibly red or orange. Do I go red or orange? Red or orange? Let's go with red. Can anybody remember what size I made it all? Because I can't. I'm going to go with size equals 2 and hope that my memory is not that bad. And then we will put here, it's going to be canyon biome. Biome. And we will save. And hopefully... What did I do wrong? Got the right size. Okay, I need to check this one why that one didn't work. So I've obviously done something. Have I? It's because I've left some spaces. I just had a feeling that I'd possibly not get rid of all the spaces. That offset's not going to be right. I think we might even have to go to a 4. Let's just save. 4's too much. Not by much. Okay, so let's try a 3.5. Let's see, that's just a bit too low. I wonder if we can do a 0.75. I'm interested to see how close you can get with your fractions. or your decimals, you know what I mean. So let's try a 7-5 there. And let's see. Da 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 da. I mean, I could be a bit pernickety and say, well, you know, I wouldn't mind going for a 7, but no, I think if we step back and if you come forward, I think that we've kind of, because you can see that from quite far. So yes, I'm quite happy with that placement. And I have to remember that sort of, it's kind of, the word I'm trying to look for, parallax, the error of parallax that we used to learned about in science, which is, you know, depending on your view, you might take the wrong sort of measurement. Like if you're looking at over the top of a beaker and you're trying to get a certain measurement, it's like no, because if you actually go to the level of the measurement, you'll be wrong. I didn't describe that very well. I was better at doing science than explaining it. But yes, so this should be 3.75. And that should have us... That's beautiful. Okay, so now this one we're going to test first, aren't we? So I believe I left it at the top of a wildwood. So let us see. We're on the top of a wildwood. Wildwood. Dun, 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 dun. Wildwood. I don't know what else to put in there. It's like, okay. Oh, yep. Definitely in a wildwood. And let's have a look at our map. Yep. Not too far from first base. I kind of think we sort of, when we were doing the exploring, I kind of mapped things out a bit sequentially. I do eventually, you know, I've got this world all to myself. Kind of want to explore it, and we will put all different things, and yeah, but we've got a long way to go. So, yep, this is it. And I definitely do want to kind of come to all of these different biomes and then set up traps and things so that I can gather these creatures up as pets, especially the chizards, because with that I could be mistaken, but I'm fairly sure that you only get the chizard egg if you harvest it from a chizard as a pet. And when you get the egg, that's when you can make pie. And you can't make pie without egg. So I think it is something that's primarily pet. Not that any of the foods are necessary, but as we're doing this, we're kind of exploring everything that Creativerse has to offer. I think we kind of need to explore all aspects of it. So it's definitely on the agenda. So yeah. Happy with that. So it'll be wildwood. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know where that's coming from. It's like, when you spend 20 to 30 minutes talking to yourself, it's a bit crazy sometimes. Oh, and it's been such a scorching hot day, and I've been running around like a mad thing all day, getting to my mom to look after her, and then getting back so I could look after the animals. And oh wow, I mean, even the dog, when I was taking him on the walk, he was like, actually, I don't really need to go. Can I just lay down here in the shade? Which was cute. And I was kind of, well, yeah, and he, what I do, because I think I've explained, I've got a backpack for him and everything else. I put water in his backpack, so he carries water, and I've got him some collapsible bowls, so I throw water in the bowls, and he sits there, slurp, 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 and then he cuddles with me for a while, and then we carry on our walk. It's quite fun. So yes, let's do that. And colour, well, wildwood, it's primarily brown and green, mostly green. let's go with green. You know, because colour. And size was 2, wasn't it? Yep. And then we will put here wildwood. Or is it just jungle biome? No, this is the jungle biome, isn't it? I was naming it for what's there rather than what it is. So let's have a look. Now, because it's 3.75, I put 4.5 for some reason, didn't I? That's me not concentrating. Oops, hello, yeah. Just making it up as I go along here. 3.75 save. Yep. Hey, it's looking quite groovy. Oh, hello, Mr. Invader. Can you see what I see? Keep a chase. Keep a chase for the win. Come here. Come here, little keeper. We want to kill you. We want your arc stones. Come here. Confound it. Thank you. Okay, one dead keeper. Now, there's 3 teleporters. I've named that one. Look, corruption. Hello. And I think that these 2 both go to my little drop mine thing, but we'll have to check. So that's yes, I was talking about the dog with his backpack and all this sort of thing. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the last video, but he wasn't very well, this poor chap. He problems with both ends. That's the best way I can say it. Yes, so this one goes to the top of the what we're going to do is our resource thing. Okay. Oh, don't think it makes a difference. So I took him to the vet, and the vet checked him out and said, you know, good job that he's lost some weight. And I'm like, bonus, you know, because he was very overweight when I got him, and he hasn't quite reached what the vet would like him to reach, but he has lost enough that the vet's pleased with him. So I kind of think, well done, Charlie. So let me just write this down. So it's wood, wall, and sand. Okay. So we'll take that out and that out. And whoops, get rid of that. So the vet gave him an injection. He also gave me some kind of white stuff to give to him. Oh, and here's a story about the white stuff. Oh no. So wood, wall, and sand. There we go. It came with a syringe, and I had to pull up 10 cc's of it in the syringe and squirt it down his throat. Yeah, that was not successful at all. Because Charlie just went, no, spit it all out. And I'm like, well, I think some of it went down the dog. And the second time I thought, because my mum suggested, try not squirting it all at once. It might have been a bit too much. And I'm like, oh yeah, fair enough. Try doing a little bit at a time. Well, that was great, because that enabled him to struggle for longer. So we both ended up wearing most of it. And I thought, well, it's distressing me and it's distressing him. This is not how to give this animal this medication. You know, this is just wrong. So I thought, well, I wonder, because I mean, to me it looked a bit like, I don't know if you get that in whatever country you are in, but milk of magnesia, which is, you know, it helps to settle your tummy. And I remember it was quite a bit minty. It was quite nice. I used to sometimes pretend to have a tummy ache. Oh, get some milk of magnesia. It was very nice. And I wondered if it, you know, had a taste that might be a little bit pleasant to dogs, because it seemed to have sort of chalky-ish kind of texture. So I thought, well, let me try mixing it in with his food. And thanks to the vet said, well, give him chicken and rice. So of course he thought all his Christmases had come at once. I'm getting chicken and rice instead of kibble. You know, I'm thinking, yeah, you know, I'm paying more money on your food than I'm paying on mine all of a sudden. Right, just think. Colour for, well, it's sand, so yellow probably. And I've capitalised it. I don't know if that makes a difference, but anyway. And so anyway, I mixed it in with his rice and his chicken. Well, I don't know why I bothered squirting it all over the floor, because he just nommed it without even realising. Hop, 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 gone. I also was given some antibiotic tablets for him. And I thought, well, how am I going to get these down in? Because these are quite large tablets, and I don't want to, you know, because to give a tablet to a large dog, put your face and your hands in close proximity to a powerful jaw and some very long, sharp teeth. I'm not keen, to be fair. I do know, I mean, he has nipped me a couple of times accidentally, and he's always so contrite. And I know he wouldn't bite me deliberately in all the world, but you know, he might bite me accidentally, and I don't want my fingers and my nose anywhere near that accident. So what I did was I took some chicken and I shoved these tablets in the chicken, and he ate it. And I thought, hey, you know, I'm the dog whisperer when it comes to giving tablets to animals. I just thought, woo, figured it out. But the positive side of this, while I'm talking, I'm trying to think of what on earth I'm going to call this, is that he is so much better thanks to the medication. He's, because I've been worried about him because he's been really quiet, and I thought, well, maybe it's because it's hot or whatever else. But he's so bouncy and lively, and he gives me what I call his happy face again, which is where his ears perk forward and he has his mouth open and he's like kind of yay, and his eyes are all open and all sort, and he gives me that happy face again. And I'm like, yes, I've got Charlie happy face back. So yeah, I'm really pleased. Shall we call this resource mine? I mean, I'm not sure what else to call it. Resource mine. So let's save that. Yes. So there we go. I might come up with a better name, or better yet, if you can come up with a better name for it, guaranteed I'll use it. So you just pop it down there in the comments and we'll be golden. Right, now, so we're setting up our teleporters. We're doing all right. We definitely will need more to different sort of biomes, and we'll probably, like this one in the canyon biome, we might build something in the canyon biome and then change, you know, give it a different name or whatever else, because I would like it, even though we want these biomes also for resources, I'd kind of like it that there'd be something there. My sort of thinking is, you know, if you, I'm sort of thinking of like, say, like marble quarries and that sort of thing. It's like towns got built up around that, because you know the workers need to be there, so they need a place to go to sleep at night, and then you know shops appear and all this kind of thing, and before you know it, you've got a little town. So I kind of think wherever we're going to be mining resources, I would sort of like us to sort of build something there as a reason to go there, other than, you know, just for the resource. Now this one, I think this one goes to there. No one was more surprised than me to end up there. It was so much fun. That'll be because I can just pull that one up. And this one, I think, does go down to the corruption layer. Well, I've labelled it, haven't I? So we know it does. So let me write this down. It's wood rod and stone rod. So we'll pull that out, and we'll pull that out, and we will put it in for now. Although what I'm thinking is I probably will stone rod there, wood rod there, is at the actual, because we're going to build a base by that resource mine, is to have the teleporters to the different levels. So this will teleport to we'll get this one to teleport to the resource mine. From the resource mine you can then access the different teleporters to the various levels. I think that's kind of nicer, but for now we will stick with what we've got. So here we go. And this is the episode whereby Tashlan talks about sickness and teaches you programming. Oh, boring. Oh dear. So offset equals 3.75. Nice. And then color. Well, this one's an easy one because the corruption's purple. Schlurple the purple. Size equals 2. And call it corruption. Boku. Ta-da! It comes out, looks more pink than purple, doesn't it? I wonder if you can do a dark purple. I know you can in some things, and I'm pretty sure that this does hex codes and that, and the the thingy. But bleh. Let's just see if dark purple will work. I'm better with words, clearly. No. Okay, worth a try. I might, actually off camera take some time and look up some decent hex codes, and so we can have a little bit more nuances in our colours. But you know what? Basic works best for now, don't it? Yes, lovely. Okay, so don't really have any need for this, so we can have that. Let's not have that outside as well. So we've got no reason to come out here anymore. So I can put my stuff back now. Lovely. Oops. I've been playing Colony Survival. So to access the stockpile of that, you press I. And when I first started playing, I kept pressing E. Which is what you use here, and I was getting so frustrated, like, why can't we put this thing? Now of course I'm so used to the other way that I'm doing it wrong now on Creativerse. I'm like, let's sigh. Oh, it's all good fun. This is what happens when you play more than one type of game. You get confused. Let's get that window in there. Lovely jubbly. And where are we going to put my home thingy? Oh, done it again. Yes, my quick bar is full. It's always full. Shall we? I think we're going to put it here. That'll work for now. So yes, I want to put some stuff away. I want to see what we've got actually. I've given up on that. Got some iron arm guards for some reason. I must have picked that up in a chest or something. Yes. We kind of have the stuff that we need. We've got teleporters. Yeah. Let's just randomly walk into a wall because, let's head down to the corruption. It would be nice actually if teleporters preserved momentum, and I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but if by preserving momentum eek. I didn't create a safe space here yet. I was clearly going to do that next. There's a chest over there and I can't see where I'm going. Oh, smack bang into the corruption water. Lovely. Oh, yoink. Nice. Hey, it was worth dibbling into the corruption water for that. Now I'm doing so well here. I'm gonna die. I'm so gonna die. I'm trying to think, and when I'm thinking, I'm not talking. Okay, so there is a fair bit of space out this way. Okay, that's fine. Because what I want to do is I want to build a safe space for us around this. Okay. So, oopsie. Let's get this corrupted dirt. Put this down there. And we'll fill that in. Fill that in. Fill that in. Okay. And this will work. I should have, thinking about it now, I should have got myself a beacon. Right, we're going to go up out of the corruption before we start taking too much damage. And that seems to be enough for the corruption bar to fall. Not very fast though. It was falling faster when we were over here. No. Why not? It's kind of hovering. Can you see that? Let's go up a bit more. Well out of the corruption. Oh, lovely. Now we're going to have a hot foot following us. Oh, no. Don't you follow me. Don't want you to follow me. And we'll just slowly rise to the top like cream. Because we are the creme de la creme. I think we can actually start going back now. Because by the time we get back down, it'll have gone. Yep. Awesome sauce. Right, so back down into the corruption. Right, now, where was I? I was making a hole. That's what I seem to always be doing. Just digging a hole. Don't mind me, I'm just digging a hole. Let's go one more out that way. And for any who don't know what I'm doing here is you mobs don't pass over fences. So if they come to a fence, it's it stops them, which makes sense. They didn't used to. It used to be they just wouldn't go over the top, so you could sink a fence in, and everything would be all right. But now they can, if they're on here and there's a fence there, they can go over it. But if there's a gap, then they can't. And I think I was gonna so quickly that we change our habits. I did have stone fence, yes. I'm going to put stone fence there. And so I'm going to put stone fence all around here. So that means, when you come down into the corruption layer, you're going to come down into a safe space. Meaning that I really hate trying to path past fences. that you can stand here. You'll still suffer with, yeah, obviously the corruption. You can see my corruption bars still going up, but you won't have any mobs, because I mean we got very close to being swamped by mobs as soon as we came down here, and this will just create a little safe zone. So there we go. Now we can go Nina Nina Nina, and the mobs can't get us. They can if we're here, but they can't if we're here. Not safe. Safe. Not safe. Safe. What I will do as well is we will extend this out this way, but I'm going to we'll just port back, I think, because I've just realised that I've run over time. And we will build a mob trap. There we go. There's the phone. I do apologise. And what we will do with the mob trap is we'll do that on each of the different levels, but we'll start with the corruption, because I would like to start getting some things. They get really good drops. You get chests and all this kind of thing, and of course if you get chests and you get armor as well, we can start expanding this out. So although it seems like I'm being very scatty, you get these chests quite a lot. There is a kind of method in my madness. So I think we're making quite good progress with what we're building. And this, how it is now, I think that we've got it to a stage where it's just up to expanding as we need it, which is good. So I'm going to work the next time. We're going to work on doing the different drops and sort of building little traps on each level. And I won't entirely do that because that's quite boring. I might do quite a bit of that off camera. It's just digging. I mean, I'm sure you've seen me dig. And we can think about building some kind of building there as well. Might be quite interesting to build something in the ocean, maybe to build sort of an aquatic little base down there. I would sort of entertain that kind of idea. Maybe have sort of landing onto the land, and then a way of descending through the water. Maybe using something with block phasers to sort of phase the water out so you can descend and then phase it back in again over your head. Something like that, you know. Have a think about that. And yes, so this has been very rambling and very scatty, and lots of interruptions and stuff, but thank you for bearing with me. I do think we're getting somewhere here. It's all starting to look rather nice, and thank you for sticking with me and for all the wonderful comments and for all the advice and help that I get. It's all very much appreciated. So until next time, from Charlie the dog, Puddon Anpye the pussycats, and from me, Tashlan, you know, we love you loads. Peace out, peeps.